students, today we will do the next chapter from our book Moments, that is The Beggar. The Beggar is a chapter by Chekhov, who was a Russian playwright and short story writer who is considered to be among the greatest writers of short fiction in history. His career as a playwright produced four classics, and his best short stories are held in high esteem by writers and critics. The story, The Beggar, based on the theme of transformation of a depraved alcoholic through kindness, compassion, and selfishness. Olga's words and noble deeds changed Leshkov's heart and he gave up drinking. He also mended his all bad ways. Another theme that runs through the story is gratitude. Leshkov had become weak because of alcoholism and was no longer able to work. He resorted to telling lies and begging in order to survive. But when he received kindness, he acknowledged it with gratitude and remained indebted to Olga for life. So now we will discuss the characters of the chapter. First of all, we will discuss about Leshkov. Leshkov is a beggar who is also a drunkard. He was thrown out of a choir because of his drunken behavior. He was roaming on the streets begging for money. Sergei takes pity on him and gives him a job. Because of Olga's affection for him, he manages to get rid of his drinking habit and starts working for a living. If Olga had not shown him love and affection, he might have remained a beggar. He might not have benefited with the help of Sergei alone. He managed to make use of the offer Sergei offered him and came back to mainstream life. Then comes Sergei. Sergei is an advocate. He comes across Leshkov on the streets begging for money. Leshkov asks for money by telling lies. Sergei speaks sternly to him. Still, he is ready to give work to the beggar so that the beggar can live a respectful life. We can also note that Sergei asks a person who cannot even stand properly to cut firewood. If Olga had not helped Leshkov, he might have gone back to streets to continue begging. Then comes Olga the maid. Olga is the maid of Sergei. Sergei asks Olga to provide work to the beggar. Leshkov, she is very kind and affectionate to the beggar Leshkov. Seeing that the beggar is not strong enough to cut wood, she herself cuts the wood for him. She helps Leshkov to get paid for it. Though she helps is outwardly rude to the beggar, she has much kindness and affection for him. She plays an important role in bringing back Leshkov to mainstream life. She is a very good person. Now we will discuss a summary, that is, The Beggar is the story of beggar named Leshkov. While begging, he met an advocate, Sergei, who gave him work. Sergei was a very kind-hearted man, and he came to know about all his lies by seeing his personality. Although he knew all his personality, but still he gave him work. Sergei asked him to cut wood at his house. He asked the cook to show him the shed where wood was kept. The beggar was too weak and was under the influence of alcohol. He could barely stand on his feet. Still, the cook Olga told Sergei that the wood had been chopped. Sergei was glad that the man worked and paid him 50 kopecks for chopping the wood. He asked him to come on the first day of every month for it. Sometimes he asked him to shovel the snow or to set the wood in the shed or to dust the rugs. He would pay between 20 to 40 kopecks, and once gave his old trouser to him too. Kopecks here is a currency bachche. When Sergei shifted his house, he employed the beggar to help in transporting the articles. The beggar had changed as he was sober that day. and Sergei felt satisfied that his efforts had paid in reforming a drunkard. As he could read and write, Sergei asked his name, offered him better work, and shook hands with him. After that day, Lashkov the beggar was never seen. After 2 years, Sergei was buying a ticket outside a theatre and spotted Lashkov. Lashkov was well dressed and was buying a ticket of the gallery area. Sergei was glad to see him and called him. Lashkov was now working as a notary and earned 35 rubles a month. He thanked Sergei for helping him out of the pit. For his kindness, Lashkov told Sergei that it was not for him but for his cook, Olga, that he was a changed man. She would scold him, cry for him, and chop wood for him. Her behavior transformed Lashkov. With this, he went to the theatre. What do we learn from this story? The message of this story, actually, there are two messages in the story. One, when people are under suffering, they should be given a helping hand to come up in life. Sergei and Olga helped Lashkov to quit begging and earn his living. The second message is that people should feel ashamed of begging. Everyone should try to work and earn his livelihood. If you are ready to work, you will always get some job or the other, so one should live a life of honor. This is another message in this lesson. This is the attitude shown by Olga the maid. Olga shows affection to Lashkov and helps him to quit drinking and lead a really better life. I hope you have understood the chapter well. Thank you for watching.